given her remarkable accomplishments in the 200 meters. Is Shericka Jackson the greatest 200-meter female runner all time? Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit subscribe button so we can continue to grow. You do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. We drop a video at least once a day here in Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit the like button. And finally, leave your thoughts after this sports analysis where we take a look at and we break down the races. So, are you ready? Yep, good to go. Well, the three greatest female 200-meter runners all times is Jamaica's Shericka Jackson, the world record holder, the remarkable Florence Griffith Joyner, and Jamaica's Elaine Thompson-Herah. In fact, according to World Athletics, in the all-time top 10 list of the women's 200 meters, in the number one position is the legendary world record holder Florence Griffith Joyner with an insane 21.34, which she set in 1988. And number two is 21.41, set by Shericka Jackson, most recently at the Budapest World Championship and at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics in the women's 200 meters, which was ran in 2021. Elaine Thompson-Herah is in at number 3 with 21.53. So why do we think there could be an argument for Shericka Jackson being the greatest female 200 meter runner all time, since she still has not yet broken Flo Jo's remarkable 200 meter world record?
Jackson, Shericka Jackson into the home straight. She has put her stamp on this event. She's going to go back-to-back for Jamaica, the first since Marlene Honey, and she crosses in 21.41.
As we just stated, that 21.41 is the second fastest all-time 200 meter ever ran by a human being. But you may not know this, but the third fastest 200 meter ever run by a human being happens to also belong to Shericka Jackson. This she did last year in the finals in Eugene at the World Championships in women's 200 meters, which of course also made her last year's 200 meter world champion.
Is Shericka Jackson going to blow them all away? World Championship final of the women's 200.
And Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is on her horse and she is gone. Look on the outside, but here comes Shericka Jackson.
On the outside, Abby Steiner is trying hard. It's Shericka Jackson in the purple for Great Britain. Dina Rasher-Smith. It's Shericka Jackson, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, and Dina Rasher-Smith. 21.46. 21.46.
Also holds a record for the fourth fastest 200 meter ever ran all time by a female, which she did this year at the Brussels Diamond League in women's 200 meters, running a scintillating 21.48.
Jackson against the clock, let's keep an eye on it. Lights out, arms pumping, the knees are high. Can she get there on the line? Remember 21.34. Oh, she's just outside. 21.48.
In fact, Jackson has ran sub 21.50 3 times in 2023 alone. Only human being that I know that has ever done that. Meaning she ran sub 21.50 3 times in one athletic season, the 2023 season. But of course, one cannot take away the greatness of Florence Griffith Joyner's 35-year-old 200 meter world record. Now, this insane 21.34 world record set by the legendary Florence Griffith Joyner 35 years ago in 1988 is really astounding in every way plausible. So one might ask, how could I even attempt to argue that Shericka Jackson may be the greatest 200 meter runner all time? And of course, let's not forget the woman with the third fastest woman that is in the 200 meters, Jamaica's very own Elaine Thompson-Herah with her 21.53. Now this of course is my 2 cents. My reasoning may be flawed, but I think it carries some degree of logic. Now, Elaine Thompson-Herah, as far as I know, has only ran 21.53 once in her entire life. She has never ran a sub 21.50 in the women's 200 meters. And in fact, since she ran that time, I don't remember seeing her run any 200 meter that was extremely fast. That's the truth. Of course, she has suffered from a plethora of injury issues, plus other things and other factors. Now, the fact is, Florence Griffith Joyner's insane 21.34 has not yet been replicated, and it is, alongside 100 meters, the two longest sprint records in history, both of them 35 years of age, 100 and 200 meters. And until recently, no one thought, in fact, until last year in 2022, when Shericka Jackson ran 21.45, we didn't think anyone could actually break it. Well, not within our lifetime. Not even when Elaine Thompson-Herah ran the 21.53 did anyone actually think she could actually break the world record in the 200 meters, not the 100 meters. Now, what I'm arguing is very basic. Shericka Jackson has ran 3 sub 21.5 viewers, and I want you to understand what that means. Outside of the great Flojo holding the world record and being number 1 fastest, it means Shericka Jackson has the 2nd fastest, 3rd fastest, and 4th fastest 200 meters all time. She also has a few others, maybe the 6th and 7th fastest all time. That's incredible. She has ran, and she ran 3 of these sub 21.5 viewers just this year alone in 2023. 3. Last year she did it once, which was when she ran a 21.45 at the finals at World Championship. That alone, I think, is remarkable in itself, because I don't know of Flojo ever doing that. If she has, someone please tell me. I've done some research and I didn't find any evidence as such. So if she has done that, please let me know. But as far as I am aware, Shericka Jackson is the only person who's actually done that. 3 sub 10.5 viewers literally in 1 year. That's insane. Secondarily, we know that had the win in Budapest been just a +1, she would have actually broken the world record. She came within 0.07. Now, I know that you're going to say, you know, if wishes were horses and she came close doesn't mean she broke it. And I concur. But this means that she is definitely one of the 2 greatest. There's like no doubt. Plus, she has ran so many sub 22s, and by the way, that's not a very easy thing to do. So many sub 22s in women's 200 meters, it borders on insane. So she is, I think it could be argued that she is the greatest 200 meter runner all time, but I have to concede this one fact. Until she breaks Flojo's world record, and we actually all think, all of us, even the people who are trying to deny it, we all know she can actually break that world record. Until she actually breaks the world record, we can't quite say she is the greatest 200 meter runner all time. I mean, regardless of all the other accolades, she actually has to break that world record. And I know that's kind of, you know, it's kind of like a quagmire. It's kind of like being stuck in the middle somewhere. But I have to concede that in this instance, I believe until she breaks that world record, we can't really say she's the greatest, but she's really, really close. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. Now, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button. Remember, your royals, kings, and queens. Bless up!